If somebody wakes up in the morning, 3 years after the wife gave birth to a baby, and begins to shout and to rejoice and to glorify God. And they say, what's happening? Oh, I'm thanking God for the baby God gave my wife. Which one? A new one? No, the one we had 3 years ago. They say, is this man not heading for Aaron? But if a man wakes up 7 years after his wife died, and he begins to cry, begins to weep, and people say, what's the problem? What happened? I'm just remembering my wife that died 7 years ago. They say, oh yes, oh yeah, we understand. Human nature, we want to remember evil things. We find it difficult to remember good things. The psalmist says, forget not. There are many of us here today, if we ask you, have you a testimony? Oh, which testimony? I've been asking God for promotion for so many years now. He hasn't answered me. I've been believing him for this. Have you a testimony? None. Don't wait till God begins to remind you. Because the day God sits you down to begin to remind you of what he had done for you, you are in trouble. And you don't believe me? Read 1 Samuel 15, verse 16 to 23. 1 Samuel 15, 16 to 23. When God began to say to Saul, you are small, even in your own eyes, when I took you and I made you king, and this and this. The moment God begins to tell you what he did for you, the conclusion is going to be terrible. I give you another example. 2 Samuel chapter 12. 2 Samuel chapter 12 from verse 7 to 11. When Nathan came to David and said, hello, David. Thus saith the Lord. You were a shepherd boy, forgotten. Your father wasn't even going to present you when I came to anoint somebody as king. But then I took you from there, and I made you a king. By the time God finished, David knew what to do. He knew he had to fall on his face and say, God, I have sinned. You see, because if you forget all his benefits, number one, it becomes easy for you to think that whatever you are now achieving is due to your own strength. And then number two, as the pride comes in, it becomes easy to sin against the one who has done so much for you. Forget not his benefit.